I want you to hear me out on this, but the Buffalo Sabres getting their asses kicked tonight make me so happy. Folks, welcome back to Gatesy's Win More, Lots More, presented by Batavia Downs Gaming and Hotel. And for the fifth straight game, your Buffalo Sabres headed to overtime, and for the fourth time in that little run, shout out William Attar, they lose. They lose in overtime 2-1 tonight to the Utah Mammoth. And the Sabres got their asses kicked tonight, and it makes sense because look at this lineup right here. This was the Buffalo Sabres lineup tonight, and the fact that they walked away with a point against a red-hot Utah Mammoth team, love that. The fact that the Buffalo Sabres walked away with a point with this lineup being outshot 35-18 doesn't make any sense of sorts in my brain. I can't even speak right now because the fact that they did this is awesome. I'm happy about it because this Sabres team had no right to be in this game, but they found a way to get a point. They found a way to stay above 500. Before you comment at home, the Sabres can't be above 500 because they only have 5 wins in 14 games. 4 regulation losses, 4 overtime losses. That's not how it works in the NHL. Every time I say this, people comment it. The Sabres have played 13 games, and they have 14 points. That's above 500. It's not, just straight wins and losses. Overtime points, loser points mean a lot. We've seen the Islanders make the playoffs off of loser points alone. So the fact the Sabres are getting that, we want 2 points, we need 2 points, but they're getting it, and that's a big step. And getting a couple extra points throughout the course of the season, that's going to add up a lot come March, come April. So I am happy about that. But the Sabres got their asses handed to them in the back half of this game. They outshot the Mammoth 9-7 in the first period, and then after that, it was bad. Then it was, outshot 5-15 in the second, 3-12 in the third, and in overtime, each team had a shot. And unfortunately, the lone shot for the Mammoth ended up in the Sabres' net. But yeah, I'll take this tonight. The Sabres had Mason Gearson in the lineup, which was cool. He played a whole 3 minutes and 9 seconds. So shout out him for putting on his gear, but he made an impact in those couple minutes played. He had a shot and 2 hits. So shout out Mason Gearson for making it in the lineup. But the Sabres desperately need some help to come back in this lineup. I'm hoping Kozak can get in on Thursday. Benson's probably a week out still. We'll still be missing Kulik and Zucker. So we'll see. Hopefully the Sabres can get that. But Alex Lyon was phenomenal tonight. After having a misstep in his previous outing, he stopped 33-35 and was basically the sole reason. I would say the only reason the Sabres got a point tonight. So he stole one for the Sabres. After, kind of giving one up last game, he takes one back. So very happy for him. He made some huge saves for the Sabres throughout the course of the game. And both goals he gave up, not mad at all. Very happy with him. Ostlund and Roseanne were probably the Sabres' 2 best forwards, probably their best players tonight. They were great. Matthias Samuelsson had a good game too. But Ostlund scored his first NHL goal tonight, so very happy for him. So one night after Isak Roseanne scores his first NHL goal, Noah Austin does the same thing. I don't know what's going on with the Sabres right now where they're getting these young guys to get to that next level. Both these guys looked phenomenal tonight. They were moving all over the ice. They were playing with speed, playing with fire. Roseanne had the assist on the lone goal there, and that makes me really happy to see. After last game, I was like, this is cool from Isak Roseanne. This is the best I've ever seen him play, but I need to see him do this on a continuous basis for me to feel genuine happiness over this rather than just, cool moment for him. But he brought it tonight. Both these guys did. Awesome look. Much better tonight than his previous games here in Buffalo. So I'm glad this kind of competition that I think is building between these guys is paying off. They're wanting their ice time. They don't want to eat any more garbage plates. So I'm excited for that. Excited for them to continue the scoring for the Sabres because, the second line, they didn't score tonight, but they've kind of been the backbone for the Sabres, the Tuck, Doan, McLeod line. But if they can get this third line to produce, that is going to be awesome for the Sabres. Let's get to some bad stuff. What about JJ Peterka's return? Hey, we'll get to that. Tage, that top line did not look good. Quinn and Jordan Greenway joined Tage Thompson on the first line tonight. And, it wasn't a great game from the top line. So, again, the fact that the Sabres got a point with the top line looking the way they did is, we're going to take that. Not every game's going to be perfect, but the fact the Sabres can get points from these bad games is awesome. And then Jack Quinn in overtime. Yeah, I know. I get you want to stay with your guy, but maybe take the guy going right to the slot with the puck in overtime. Probably a good idea, but Jack Quinn sucks at little mental lapse, but that's all it takes. The Sabres, we've seen over the course of all these videos, one mental mistake, it ends up in the back of their net. So, it sucks, but I'm not going to complain about getting a point with how tonight went. We'll talk about Peterka now. So he made his return to Buffalo. First time since the trade. Got asked, before the game, why did he get, what was there bad blood? Basically dodged the question, focus on the game, whatever. He had no points, was a -1 tonight. And the big thing, there was no tribute video. No tribute video. I don't know if they had one planned, but every time he touched the puck, boos were raining down from the fans at the KeyBank Center. Felt like not to the level that Jack Eichel's first game was here in Buffalo, but it wasn't met with cheers. We can definitely say that. So I don't know if the Sabres had one planned or playing this with raining boos the whole time was probably not a good thing, but yeah, they don't play it. He doesn't have a point, so tonight could have been a lot worse for the Sabres if Peterka buried a couple. So glad we could avoid that situation. Final thoughts, just special team stuff, because that's kind of been a big part of the Sabres this year. Their kill goes perfect again, going for 2. Their power play goes 0 for 2. Their power play was stagnant tonight. They weren't, they found their success when they have good net front guys, good, action from the goaltender. Didn't have that to the level tonight. Need some more puck movement. But folks, let me know your thoughts, because this game was just weird. It wasn't the most, wasn't the best game for the Sabres, but they had some high danger chances. They just weren't able to score off of them. They had their moments where they looked good. They had some scoring chances. Tage went off the post. Quinn had a breakaway. Michael Kesselring, I can't believe I didn't talk about this till now. They just got a wide open backdoor tap and puts it right in the pad of Malka. The Sabres did have their high danger chances, but they couldn't convert on them. They couldn't build off of that. They escaped with 1 point against the Utah Mammoth. But let me know your thoughts on tonight, on the course of the season, what you think's going to happen on Thursday. If you're still watching, please like, comment, subscribe. And again, I'll see you all in a couple days. Let's go Sabres!